Humanity is my body. In it I live, move, and have my being, expressing the glorious light of my ideal through my attributes, whose celestial radiance to the human vision is bedimmed and distorted by the myriads of clouded and imperfect facets of the human intellect. I and you, who are one with me, reincarnate in humanity as the oak reincarnates in its leaves and acorns, season after season, and again in the 1,000 oaks born from their thousands of acorns and their oaks, generation after generation. You say you remember your past lives. Do you? Are you sure? Very well. What if you do? Just because I have permitted you a glimpse of the reality of one of my past expressions, that you might the better comprehend my meaning, which I am now expressing to you, is no assurance from me that you personally were my avenue of that expression. For do I not express through all avenues, and you with me? And are we not the life and intelligence of all expression, no matter what the character or the age or race? If it pleases you to believe that you actually were that expression, it is well, and I shall cause such belief to be of benefit to you, but only to the extent of preparing you for the great realization that afterward will come. In the meantime, you are chained fast. Your personality, with its selfish desires and selfish seeking, is still bound hand and foot to the past, and looks only to the future for its deliverance. After the final wearing out of all the consequences of its acts, dominating your mind and intellect with this false belief in birth and death, and that such is your only way to find emancipation and union with me, preventing the realization of our eternal and ever constant oneness, and that you can free yourself any moment you will. For it is only the personality that is born and dies, and which seeks and strives to prolong its stay in the body and in earth life, and then to return to other bodies after I no longer have any use for its body. It is only to this personality that you are bound, by the beliefs and opinions it has engrafted on you back through the ages, during which it has kept your human mind busied with such delusions. It is only when you can rise up in the realization of your divine immortality, omnipotence, and intelligence, and can cast off all personal beliefs and opinions, that you can free yourself from this perverted relation, and can assume your true position as master and king, one with me, seated upon the throne of self, compelling the personality to take its proper and natural place as servant and subject, ready and willing to obey my slightest command, thereby becoming an instrument worthy of my use. Next chapter, Mediums and Mediators. You who in your desire to serve me have joined yourself with a church, religious organization, occult society, or spiritual order, or of whatever nature, thinking by aiding in and supporting its work it would please me, and that you might receive special favors from me in consequence, hearken to these my words and ponder over them. First, know that I am already pleased with you, for you do nothing that I do not cause you to do, and you do it to fulfill my purpose. Although it may seem to you at times you are acting contrary to my wish, and only to satisfy your own desires. Know likewise that I provide all minds with all their experiences of life, which I utilize solely to prepare the body, quicken the heart, and develop the consciousness, so that they can comprehend me, and so that I can express through them my ideal. I inspire minds with glimpses of me and my ideal through these experiences, and I have spoken thus through inspiration to many, who have taken my words and have written them in books and have taught them to other minds. These words I have caused to quicken the hearts and consciousness of those who are ready to receive them, even though the writers and teachers of themselves had no real comprehension of my meaning. Many of those whose minds I thus inspired with glimpses of me and my ideal, I caused to become teachers and leaders, organizing churches and societies and cults, drawing seekers and followers to them, that I, through the words I thus speak through them, can quicken the hearts and consciousness of those that are ready to recognize me, I, the impersonal one. Within, do all this, and the teachers and leaders personally do nothing, only serving as channels through which my ideal can express to the consciousness of those I draw to them for that purpose. For the mind is only a channel, and the intellect an instrument, which I use impersonally, whenever and wherever necessary to express my ideal. Not until the heart has been quickened and has opened wide to contain me can man with his mortal mind and intellect consciously comprehend my meaning when I express through him my ideal. You, in your desire to serve me, may have found in some teacher or leader a personality whom you think, from the many seemingly wondrous words I speak through him, is now containing me in his heart. If in your doubts and anxiety to please me, and in your fear of my displeasure when disobeying my commands, you may even have gone to such teacher or leader, who possibly claimed to be a priest or priestess of the Most High, thinking to get through such my message to you, or words of advice or help from some master or guide in the spirit side of life, who you thought was my emissary. You may go to such if you will. It is I who offer you such alternative. If you will not and cannot be content to trust and wait for me to answer, and to help in my own time and way, yes, I even send you to such, and let you put all your faith and trust in such priest or priestess, letting them feed you with all the spiritual advice and teachings from such master or guide you can hold, until finally, in sorrow and humiliation from the disillusionment which eventually and inevitably follows, you once more are thrown back upon yourself, upon the teacher within, upon me, your own true self. Yes, all the deception, all the discipline, all the taking of your ardor and devotion, not to speak of your money and services, to what you believe to be my work, and selfishly purloining and utilizing them for the upbuilding and strengthening of their own personal power and prestige among their followers, feeding each of you with just enough subtle flattery and promises of spiritual advancement, together with clever sophistry, under the guise of high and beautiful sounding spiritual teaching, to keep you bound to them so you would continue to support and honor and glorify them, ever holding over you the lash of my displeasure, if they receive not unquestioning trust and obedience. Yes, all this I permit to be, for it is what you desire and seek, and desire is truly the agent of my will. You may be even giving to some other teacher, either in the seen or the unseen, and no matter how true, well-meaning, and spiritually wise, who you think cannot be classed with the kind just mentioned, your unquestioning love, devotion, and obedience, and you may be receiving what you think are teachings and guidance of inestimable value. All this is well so long as you are receiving that which you seek and think you need, for I supply all things to satisfy such desires. But know that all such is vain and unproductive of the real results sought, for all seeking and all desire for spiritual attainment is of the personality, and therefore selfish, and leads only to final disappointment, disillusionment, and humiliation. If you but can see it, it is